Hey YouTube friends and VC, it's Steph. Welcome back to my channel. So last week I did a video, and in that video I talked about an idea I had to go through my entire record collection and kind of just go through the stuff that I don't want, I don't listen to, and basically everything I've been carrying around for years that has just been kind of an appendage. So I got a comment on that last video from a guy named Ray, and he said just be careful because he's gotten rid of stuff in the past that he regrets getting rid of. And so he's right. You know, I've got to think about this with a clear mind. Things that I love, I'm definitely willing to carry around with me because I have been for years carrying around those crates and stacks of records with me. They're always and have always been really near and dear to my heart. So I don't take this process lightly, but I think that it's good. It's kind of therapeutic, and it feels just really good and satisfying just to get through all the crap you don't want, get rid of it, and make room for the stuff that you do want, right? So I have a stack here. It's just all willy-nilly. It's random. You know, it's not alphabetized, not sorted by year or genre. I just kind of pulled this from a crate that is like half junk, half good. So I just want to make sure I'm not getting rid of anything I do want to keep. And I know for sure this first one is something that I do want to keep. This is Simple Minds' New Gold Dream 81, 82, 83, 84. And I love this album. Simple Minds, if you don't already know, are an 80s band. They're Scottish. They play pop and new wave music. Their biggest hit was Don't You Forget About Me. But they have so many other good songs. So if you haven't checked out their other songs, do. I recommend them totally. Simple Minds. This next one, well, you can see from the tag it was $1, which is the nice price. Still, I'm not going to keep this. This is Loverboy, and this is Keep It Up. And I can't even donate this because there's nothing in it. So how many of those do you have? And like, where'd the record go? I don't know. It's got liner notes, but I think this is probably going to get recycled unless I can find the record around somewhere. The next one is probably going to be a donator, and this is Romantic Bells of Stone Mountain. And this is from Herbie Koch, I think is his last name, or Koch. And I believe he did movie soundtracks. I'm not quite sure. I don't know if I have the patience, time, or, you know, even the desire to listen to this. But yeah, I'm not saying it's not good. I'm not into it, so I'm going to donate it. Next is something that I'm really not sure about. It looks like it's an 80s band. It's a band called The Nylons, and the album's called One Size Fits All. And here are the guys on the back. There's Mark, Claude, Arnold, and Paul. And I don't want to say that this is a bad album because I've never listened to it, and it could be great. Do I want to listen to it? I don't know. I mean, I'm leaning towards the donate pile. If you guys know anything about this band, let me know. Donate, yeah, probably not a maybe. I don't know if I haven't listened to it in 15 years, I'm probably not going to listen to it anytime soon. Next is a donate. This is Nursery School Songs, Rain, Rain, Go Away, performed by the Merry Singers and Orchestra. So I don't have any tiny children to play this to. And this is from 1982. It's pretty cute. Yeah, not going to keep it. Donate it. Okay. Next, this is really cute. This is the Hug-a-Bunch, A Day Full of Hugs. And it features music from the TV special. Have you ever seen the TV special? That's what hugs do, that's what hugs do, that's what hugs do, that's what hugs do. Now you know just what a hug to do. Let's hug!
But I came here to save my grandmother.
Oh.
I forgot.
I haven't, but yeah, maybe I should have, and if I would have, it would be more sentimental, but it's not. So I'm gonna get rid of it. Don't eat it. Okay, here's another get rid of, donate. This is Ohio Express Mercy. And this is off of Buddha Records. And this is a really cool cover. I'm not really familiar with this band, although I've heard of them. If you know anything about them, let me know. But like I said, the cover is really cool. I appreciate it. Am I ever going to listen to it? I don't know. I might like it. I might consider putting it into the maybe pile. So maybe I'll put that into the maybe pile because it might be good. Okay, next is some electronic music from the 90s. This is the Severed Heads, and this is the Big Car remix. And it's got the Big Car limo mix, the mini mix, the crash mix, etc., etc. The Severed Heads I think are pretty cool, so I'm going to keep this one. Next up, I Was a Teenage Zombie soundtrack, and this is a great soundtrack. I had this on cassette a long time ago, and I listened to it a lot, and I'm pretty sure I saw the movie maybe once. I'm pretty sure the soundtrack's better than the movie, although I could be wrong. It's got the Flesh Tones, the Del Fuegos, the DBs, Dream Syndicate, Violent Femmes, the Waitresses, Smithereens, Los Lobos. I mean, so super, super good. I mean, this is great, keeping this. And this is, let's see, you'll have to forgive me because my eyes are starting to go bad and I don't have my glasses, but this is from 1987, and this is an Enigma Records compilation, and I am a big fan of Enigma Records. Very cool. I think that's kind of rare, and I'm going to keep it. Okay, so next, I'm on the fence with this one. This isn't hard to find. It's the Miami Vice soundtrack, and I mean, it's a killer soundtrack. It's got Glenn Frey, Chaka Khan, Phil Collins, Grandmaster Melly Mel, Jan Hammer, Tina Turner. I mean, great, good stuff. You know, it's campy. You know, it is what it is. Probably, yeah, I don't know. What would you do with it? I'll just put it in the maybe pile. Okay, next, I think this one's kind of rare. And this is a Dutch band called the Buddy Oderstop. And, you know, a long time ago, I would go into the record shop and I would just look for the strangest record covers I could find. And they were so cheap, you know, a few bucks. I would just pick them up. And sometimes I would be pleasantly surprised. And I just always thought this cover was so bizarre, and it just looked like such an interesting record. Apparently this is pretty rare, and this is original, and this is from 1979, and this is made in Holland. And I have listened to it, and it's pretty good. I think maybe it would grow on me if I listened to it more. So I'm going to keep this just because I think it's rare and worth keeping. So you can see it's got all the credits here, the songs, lyrics here. And what's extra cool about this one is that it has an old sticker, an old original sticker. And I'm just going to go ahead and keep that in the record. If you know anything about this band, let me know. I'm not too familiar with them. I've never heard of them, but that one I'm going to keep. Here's another one I'm going to keep, and I'm really happy to have this. I've always loved this album, and this is the Rave Ups, and they're kind of a alternative, cross-country alternative band. I guess you could describe it. I don't really know what to call the genre. They're from the 80s. The first time I heard of this band was in the very popular Pretty in Pink movie. So this band is featured in a club scene in the movie, and they play the song Positively Lost Me and Rave Up, Shut Up. And they're just a really good band and really fun. And I was just really excited when I found this years ago. And I always treasure this one. They're off of Fun Stuff Records from Beverly Hills, and that's the Rave Ups. Okay, next is a band called Eben Ozen. This is classic early 80s new wave. The big hit song on here is called A-E-I-O-U, Sometimes Why. And here's the back here. And the album is called Feeling Cavalier. So yeah, this isn't rare. It's a promo album. It's cool. I like them. I'm gonna keep it. Next up is another keeper, and this is Devo, and this is Freedom of Choice. You know, there isn't a bad song on this album. I'm a big major Devo fan, so there isn't much Devo doesn't produce that I don't like. So, of course, Girl You Want's on here, Whip It, Gates of Steel. I mean, there's just so many good songs on here, and that's a keeper for sure. Another keeper, Gary Numan, Telecon. So this is a pretty cool Gary Numan album. It's very typical. You know, Gary Numan has a very distinct sound. It's dark. It's very synth heavy and full of fantasy. And Gary Numan is just the best. I've seen him a couple of times in concert, and he does not disappoint. Had a lot of Gary Numan albums over the years, and they're just so popular that they just suddenly disappear on me. So that's one I still have. Last but not least is a very cool album from Lene Lovich. And this is called New Toy. And this is a mini LP. So it's a mini album. There's, let's see, 6 songs on here. New Toy was a pretty big hit. It's very new wave sounding. And of course, if you don't know anything about Lene Lovich, she's a very theatrical British American singer that made a big splash out in Europe in the early 80s, late 70s. Her album Stateless was super cool. There was a song called Lucky Number, and it hit like number 3 in the UK charts back then. That was more of a punk sounding album. It was kind of a cross between new wave and punk. It was a little bit harder sounding. This is a few years later, and this is way more new wave sounding. And, you know, Lene Lovich has a very theatrical sound to her, especially in her vocal style. As you can see, she's got a very unique sound, and if you like her, and if you like Nina Hagen, they've worked together in the past, and they're kind of similar in their theatrical style of music. And if you appreciate that and you haven't heard her, definitely check her out. So that's all I have for today. I will get a new stack on my next video and share those with you. If you have anything you want to add in the comment section below, what would you keep? What would you get rid of? What did you get rid of that you wish you would have kept in your collection? I'd love to hear it. And I thank you for watching, and I will see you pretty soon with a new video and a new stack of records. Until then, you all have a good week, and I will see you next time. Bye.